occupied now for a decade, 10 years. Like coffee cups and things. That is the last bid for an hour. No more bid for an hour. Wondering why? Like in theory, exactly. They did it when the IRA was having a bid in. But I think they don't. That is the last bid for an hour. No, not a joke. I wish it was a joke, but it's not.
Minutos no podría llegar.
Sí. Yeah, the bit I like, in 1981, some West German tourists climbed into Buckingham Palace garden by mistake, which is kind of fun. So they did not want to pay for a hotel in London. London's expensive, right? So they think to themselves, all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait until after dark and we're gonna climb into Hyde Park over there somewhere, because they knew it was illegal to camp, but like if nobody saw you go in, well, you're not in any trouble, are you? So 1981, right? There's no smartphones. They're coming from this park. They have a vague idea they're going to climb into another park. That looks like another park, right? So they went into Buckingham Palace Gardens by mistake. It's an obvious question in my mind, like all the spikes and wires and things, like were they there? Yup, they were there. That would put me off. I don't know about you, but it didn't put them off. They're German. They're efficient. It's a challenge. They climbed it. As soon as they touch those wires, they set all the alarms off. That's what that does. That's pressure sensitive alarm wire. And then like the British police are supposed to come and investigate. Yeah, they just didn't come. Oops. Apparently that used to go off all the time from branches and things, like hitting it. So the West Germans get arrested. That's why we know the story. They get arrested in the morning as they sort of power walk across the lawn of Buckingham Palace Gardens. Nobody went to jail. 1981, it was funny. That was the end of it. Don't do it now. Do not do it.
And probably also the work conditions are not that perfect, but also at the best also. I sometimes it's hard to do something which is not experienced as well. Yeah.
Alright, so this is the ugly bit of Palace number 2. We are going to the pretty bit of Palace number 2. This is just the driveway into St. James's, but this wall, this hedge thing, goes around the palace. Again, guys, you do need to keep up or you will lose this thing. But here is a convenient place to explain something, right? That is 2 of the guards in their natural habitat, guarding, yeah? So there's the changing of the guard today. Is it those 2 dudes swapping? Nah, that would be like crazy. They swap every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, 2 new guards come stand there, right? And they go back indoors and they'll be back out after their 6-hour break. 2 hours on, 6 hours off. The changing of the guard is the changing of the regiment providing all of the guards. There's 5 regiments in the guards, and they swap with each other. If you don't know the word regiment, think bit of the army, yeah? Can you not film me, please? Basically, like yesterday it was Welsh guards, and if memory serves, today it is Irish guards, yeah? But I'll tell you for sure in a second. Irish guards have a little blue feather in their hat, right? No feather in the hat, Scots guards. Yesterday it was Welsh guards, they had a white, green and white feather in the hat, yeah? And they all wear red. They all have a red uniform, right, red wool, but you don't see it. From the day the clocks go back, was it 28th October, until the clocks go forward in March, the army wears a full dress uniform, yeah? So that is their winter uniform, but there's red wool under there. It's just the feather that changes. The hat, the bear skin hat, is not a misnomer. It is made from dead Canadian bears to this day. I didn't know this. Canadian government kills hundreds of bears every year. So it seemed a bit crazy to me, but they're actually like a bit of a plague around here. There's so many of them. They get in people's gardens and eat their pets and things. Canadian government goes to kill the bears and then we buy those pelts. But this pisses a lot of people off in the modern world, you know? So they made, there's like a big petition to make the British Army investigate plastic hats. But they made the mistake of letting the British Army investigate the British Army, and they were like, nah, these are crap. So it's still a bearskin hat on their head. They are real soldiers, real army. They have a real rifle, the SA-80 in their hands. There's a magazine in the rifle, there's a bayonet on the end of the rifle, big sharp knife. But they are not the real guards. They are infantry soldiers. They're good at their job, but their job is closing with and killing the enemy. Like, last person you want to be doing police work in central London, do you know what I mean? So armed police do the guarding. Like if World War III kicks off, they'll give them rounds to put in the magazine, but for now it's an empty magazine in the rifle, yeah. Last little bit with the guards, the hat, like why are they wearing the hat in the first place? I mean, it's a silly looking hat. So that was the hat worn by the best soldiers on earth in their time. They were Napoleon's Imperial Guard, right? And at the Battle of Waterloo, our guards killed their guards, proving to us that our guards were better. I think really Napoleon was just a bit desperate. Like kind of YOLO'd everyone at the British lines, but either way our guards looked down at the dead Frenchman and were like, oh, that's a sweet hat, and they took it as a souvenir. Technically wearing that hat is known as a dick move, but we do still wear it. Like, yeah, we beat the French, go on. So there you go. Conceptually, if you put a 2-foot hat on a 6-foot dude, it's quite scary, and historically you had to be at least 6 foot to be in a guard regiment. It's a Prussian thing. There were some Germans there, I think, like Frederick the Great, if you remember that guy. Nowadays though, like you can see over there, you can be 5'4" and join the infantry. You're not allowed to discriminate. Some days it's like daddy guard and baby guard. It's quite cute. Anyway, look, none of this is pretty. I appreciate that, but it is the best place to explain what's about to happen. So the changing of the guard is the changing of the whole batch of guards, right? Which means they've changed over there. That's what's going on now. You can't see it though, trust me. The better place to watch the changing of the guard is where we go now, the pretty bit of this palace, because they have to bring the guards over for today to here. So fairly shortly, a big brass band is going to kick up, and that'll be yesterday's guards going home to them's that slightly boring white building over there. You've been in an army, you've been in every barracks, it's bunk beds and conference rooms, right? Shortly thereafter, today's guards for this palace, St. James's, could come down the road here. That's why the road is shut. a wheel left at the end, and then there's like a whole end ceremony over here. The good thing about the end is the fucking 10,000 people here have no idea they're going there, so we'll get them mostly to ourselves, which is way better. But we do want to sort of move down the road, even though it seems a bit counterintuitive. They are definitely coming to us unless it rains. Okay. So let me pull up one thing. Actually, I forgot to ask, does anyone have any questions about the stuff I said so far about the guards? No? Cool. Alright, the palace, by the way, we'll go do over there where you can see it. This is literally a driveway. It's a terrible place. View all the way from there down there. Oh, it's hard.
Ja. 2 mål, stå. Nej, 2 minutter, stå. 4 stå.
Chap had a fitting question, and it's a good moment to do it, so why not? He was asking about the crown, right? Anyone watch that Netflix thing, The Crown? So there's a couple of bits about the crown. If you do watch the crown, what you are mostly, where the crown is set mostly, is actually that white building there, which I don't normally point out because it's just a royal residence within the grounds of St James's Palace called Clarence House. Most people haven't heard of it, but if they watch The Crown, then they know it, because that is where like Charles and Diana mostly lived historically. It's actually where Charles and Camilla live most of the time when they're in London now. They're supposed to live in Buckingham Palace, right? But they like that's home, and it's been home his whole life. So he actually stays there. He doesn't actually stay in London. And then if you are watching The Crown, the chap was asking like, how does the royal family feel about The Crown? Well, what, like in theory, they hate it. The front cover of the news. I don't read newspapers; it's too depressing. Right? But every time I walk past the newspaper, all I ever see is the royal family complaining about the Crown. Right? Well, look, that brown building there is another royal residence within the palace. That's Lancaster House. That's where most of the Crown is filmed. So they say they hate the Crown, then they rent them that building to film the TV show. So something doesn't add up. I don't think they need the money. I think what's happened is they've realised, like, I don't know, they're not very relevant in modernity. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be like God's representative on earth. And I think they have good PR people. And they've told them like any publicity is good publicity, right? So I think a lot of the drama around the Crown, I think it's completely fake. I think it's absolutely fake. Like they're pretending to be out with it. They just want to be in the newspaper again. Maybe I'm being cynical, but either way, that's where the Crown is. That flag goes down so that his own flag can go up, and I think you've done quite well in life when you get your own flag. His flag is just his sausage finger. No, it is four quarters, 4 quadrants. You have 3 lions representing England, a Scottish red lion, an Irish harp, and then in the last space, the space where Wales could go, 3 lions for England again. Unlucky Wales, suck it. I like that flag. Now, Buckingham Palace is quite big. Does anybody want to hazard a guess at the number of rooms? It's not as a good guess, honestly. Yeah, I would have said 100, right? The answer is 775, so you're pretty close. Like, do you see the brown, yellow stuff sticking out to the side over left there? Almost all of Buckingham Palace is that colour. The white bit was the palace in my head, right? Because it's a bit I see on the television, but that's just the most recent addition, right? All the stuff that's brown out the back was built in 1703 as Buckingham House. Yeah, it's a fancy house, Duke of Buckingham. 1762, King George III buys that, so it becomes a palace. 1850 is when they added the white bit, the east wing. But that's the bit you want a photo of. It's the bit that you see on the news most weeks now because Harry's complaining again. And also it's got that balcony in the middle, right in the middle. That is where the royal family do the creepy robot wave. So that's iconic. Anybody else need a photo? Do help each other if you don't mind. You've got that big white column there. That is the Victoria Memorial that we're looking at. Do you see Queen Victoria? She is the second longest reigning British monarch, 63 years, 7 months, which is a good reign. Yeah, the longest reigning monarch, just everybody knows, right? It's Elizabeth II. It's the lady who just passed away. So that's cool. Victoria has an era of human history named after her. That's wild. The Victorian era is named after that one lady on a chair. She had an empire so big the sun never set upon it, which is a strange thought to me because Britain is mostly famous for Harry Styles these days, so we've gone downhill a bit. Victoria is famous in Britain because she married for love. I think that's quite rare for our royal family. She did marry a cousin though, so that's more normal at least. And she married a guy named Prince Albert. There is a piercing named after Prince Albert. Do not Google that if you don't know what it is.
It's like Rex, like King Rex.
There you go. So there you go. And yeah, look, that is real gold on the top of the statue. It's winged victory, the concept of victory personified, right? It's a pun, it's a golden pun, it's a weak pun. Winged victory, Victoria Memorial. Right, has everybody got a photo? Can we go?
Was Prince Albert a dick? Is that
well, the story. I'll tell you the story as we walk on. Off we trot. We're going to go back up the road we just came down. Yeah? The story is probably not true. The story. When I say, has everybody got a photo? I'm going to do it again. Does anyone need time to get a photo? Right. 2 minutes. Not wait 2 minutes. 20 seconds. Has everybody got a photo? Yeah, okay, now we're going. Right. That way.
How can I help with the burning question?
When these ladies
your photos and your photos again. They were the first people to take photos and the last. They can just wait about 30 seconds to start to clear up, and then you drive. Perfect shot.
Alright, we have to retrace our steps, but since we've just done that twice, it's super boring. We'll just walk along the river. It's a little bit, well, it's a lake, but we'll walk along the lake to vary the view.
So, is it weird or is it unusual or how is it considered?
Oh. Don't do No. I'm actually... Just like what?
Yeah, that's fun.
They're just going to get lined up in the ranks, progressing to the right. Now you can screen that. So now there's eyes front, they're facing to the right, they're in straight lines. What happens next is they do a salute for the flag. So it's called a presentation of arms. If you have a flag, and sorry, if you have a rifle in your hands, you can't salute, obviously you've got something in your hands. So do a presentation of arms. See how the guy in the middle has a bigger hat? The guy facing away has a bigger hat. Yeah? So this is an officer. If you're an officer, you get a bigger hat. That's because we're all equal, right? They need to make that guy practice. He's really bad. The Irish guy's really bad. So they're saluting the flag. The flag is going to go into this now. The flag is flag for the regiment. Like specifically for that regiment. People used to die for those flags, so they take it quite seriously. So they're taking the flag in now. Once the flag is in, they'll slope arms, they'll put the rifle back on their shoulder, they'll stop saluting when the flag is on. Then they go off to work. Do your duties dismissed. Oh my god, they don't need to be lined up again. They're in a straight line, but the Irish Guards sometimes do this. There you go. Yes, you're still in a straight line. Well done. Now they'll go off to work. So now the soldiers with the guns, the guards, they're in the right in the military. So now back we just go home. It's abandoned. And then home to them is also that barracks, so the Wellington barracks.
back, maybe he's gone for a piss. The soldiers will go home, and the band will go home. We'll go over there and we'll talk about the palace real quick. Any questions while we're waiting unnecessarily for an officer?